But I'm going to start using this. And basically what this will be is whenever this will just be sitting in my cabin, plugged in, running. And whenever my phone comes into the range of it, Wi-Fi range of it, it'll just automatically transfer data.
Wow.
So it's almost kind of like the old Apple Time Machine.
Yeah.
Whenever it just sees changes, so it'll have a snapshot of what's on my phone, and it'll look at it every time. And there's also an option to go in and manually do it. Just hit a button and it does it. But as soon as it'll look at it, and then as soon as it sees something new, so like if I was in there, in the day or whatever, and then I went out and I filmed some stuff in the evening, I come back or whatever, it takes a snapshot of it. It says, oh, there's new stuff there. It'll just automatically transfer it. If it's in the middle of transferring it and I grab my phone, I walk out of the cabin, and when I come back, it'll just pick up where it left off.
Right.
And this one's 4 terabytes in size.
Nice.
Yeah.
I wish I would have seen that because I ended up buying this one instead.
Yeah.
It's a small little 2 terabyte one.
What's also nice about this one, that in addition to it plugging in, this one also has a 10-hour battery in it, so it will run for 10 hours on its own off a battery, built-in battery, rechargeable battery as well. So so this is what I'm going to start using. It's really super lightweight. It's not heavy at all because it's got a solid state drive in it, and those weigh almost nothing. So it's really super light. It's not very big. It's probably only about maybe about half the size of this box. So again, small, take it with me. I'll just plug it in the room and set it off somewhere, and it'll just sit there.
Oh, snap. Travel with Nick has been in the house. What's up, Nick?
Travel with Nick. What is happening? That's a new person. Thank you for coming in, Travel with Nick. And yes, we have Cheryl in the background. Hey, Cheryl. Just doing some guy talk. It takes stuff. I mean,
and Scott, the Passport Pro wireless, if you have more than one, can you set up more than one channel to feed it information? Like Baby and I both have our phone.
You could have I don't think there's a limit.
Nice.
So tons of devices can connect to it. And you just run that software, this Western Digital Passport software on your phone,
right,
or on your tablet or whatever. So that, and it just looks at it. And when something changes, then as soon as it comes into range, it just sends it wirelessly over it. It has its own independent Wi-Fi network. You could also physically plug into it if you wanted and transfer things off. I mean, it's super, super versatile.
Is it said to be faster if you do plug into it?
Oh, it's always going to be faster.
Okay, good.
It's always going to be faster.
You just sold me. You just sold me, and because I do a similar thing to Google Photos, but you have to leave the app open on your phone with the screen on in order for every photo to be transferred to Google Photos, and that's what I'm using right now. I'm strongly relying on Google to keep all my stuff until we get a reliable. I didn't even know that product existed before this conversation. So you just sold me.
Yeah, and I've actually had it for a while, and I said to myself, "Oh, you know what? I really, it's like everything else. It's like, oh, I need to take that damn thing out of the box, set it all up, and start taking it with me."
Yes,
but
and a lot of people just made it in. Roxanne, Wanda Budgets and Beyond, and the Bud Files has made it into the chat. Hello,
Mr. Bud Files. You know what? Welcome to the Thunder Zone. Welcome to the man cave.
I know that
man.
That does kind of sound like He-Man.
I can do it the other way so I get in trouble.
You know what? I think it's actually from it just don't get old. It literally it was right here, and then it just went.
It's gone.
Don't get old.
Flew away like a bird. Hey, Miss Queen.
It's from a game. It's from a video game.
Oh, Mortal Kombat.
It might be.
Oh, Mortal Kombat. I had that on my Xbox. Where we all
Maybe
talk
Street Fighter.
Yeah, it
about.
might.
Street Fighter or Mortal Kombat. There's a new Mortal Kombat that's on there. That's pretty awesome. Anyway.
Let me see if I can find it. I'll go in.
Well, while he's doing that, Jeremy, I got your wife's disease. Amazon Prime.
Yep.
I had a notice from my bank. My bank was you spent a lot of money on Amazon, and it went below. I have it set. But if it goes a certain amount of money, they'll give me an alert. So I got an alert this morning, and then I got another one. And I got another one. I said, "What is going on?" I look at it. I said, "Oh, did I do that?" Yeah. Amazon Prime Day deals. I got this one for my birthday. This is a 4-port USB. Took it up to my Chromebook, which I finally got that fixed.
Nice.
He came down. I think it was. Yeah, he came by Saturday, dropped it off. I said, the only thing is, I might have to get another battery on it because it won't hold a full charge on that, so I got to get the battery. Well, that's all right.
Or just do like mine. I keep mine plugged in.
Yeah.
And that's a good pro tip since this is tech talk.
Yes.
Whenever you're dealing with video or transferring files or anything like that, never ever rely on batteries for those things. You always want to have a solid connection.
You want
and a continuous power supply whenever you're dealing with this stuff.
Yes, because you gotta plug it in. Like that's all it says. Plug it in. Plug it in.
Yep. Just doing our best. Has a question. How's the weather there, Mike?
It's in the 80s. I'm not sure exactly how hot it is. I can ask Alexa.
Yeah, 80s. I mean, this morning it was in the 80s. It's only like 98 degrees. It's gonna be like 103 today.
Mm-hmm.
In the Dallas-Fort area, it's gonna get hotter, and I think we're done for the rain until the end of the month.
Right now in Galveston, it's 90.
I apparently lied. It's 91.
Yep.
It's 80. It's 89 here.
Nice. So we're all cooking.
We're all cooking, and I need a 10. Look at this. Now this this little thing right here. Look at that. Look, that little thing.
Yep.
Is a terabyte flash drive.
Mm.
This little thing. Let's see right there.
Yeah, and Bill's in the house.
What's Bill?
Armstrong.
I'm just a Bill. Only a Bill.
Hi.
Hello. But yes, that little thing, I got I got this for I'm waiting for my payment from Buy Me Coffee. I'm still waiting on it.
Yep.
They said it'd be since they pay out every Wednesday. I don't know if it's in the East. Hey, Scott, is Buy Me Coffee headquarters on the East Coast or the West Coast?
I have no idea where it is. I don't use it, but I did create an account to send you a couple of cups.
Yes, you did. I got that one. That's what I'm waiting on. And then Cruise
It's based in San Francisco.
So it's West Coast.
Yep.
So it's gonna take some time. Pacific time. Okay, all right. Just checking. But that little thing is 1 terabyte.
That's unbelievable.
Yeah, I get my pennies directly from Google.
Another West Coast company.
Well, West
soon,
Coast.
soon, hopefully.
Yep.
Where are your watch hours at now, Clock?
245.
You only needed what was it?
245.
So only 245 left. I think the last time I had talked to you about it, I think you still had like 800 hours or something like that you needed, or 500 hours.
No, it's I've needed 260 for like 2 weeks now.
Gotcha.
When I was on vacation, I didn't have any lives or anything, and I had days in that time where last year I had 10 to 20 hours on a couple days. So
Right.
every 20 hours, I had to get 20 hours just to replace the 20 hours that I lost.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So that's what I was going to ask you guys. When you get monetized, that's when they start subtracting your hours.
They subtract hours every day because it's how many watch hours you've accumulated over the last 365 days. So
Yeah.
with each passing day is another passing day of content that of hours that have already passed 1 year ago this day.
So that's my next question. I'll just lead up to that question.
So-
Now, when
I
you
was
go
on vacation last year around this time, so I put out a bunch of content, and all that content was getting hits. And
Right.
now I'm losing all the time that I made last year. So I
Yep.
gotta get some new content out.
The cruising chicks have made it into the chat. Hello.
hello, young ladies, and yes, guys, if you have not go to their channel and subscribe and watch their channel. They're doing a pretty good job. They're a young channel. Like to do.
I love watching the chicks, and on Sunday morning
Yes.
they are like, you can tell they just woke up on Sunday mornings, but they still do a hell of a job of
Yeah.
having just woken up. So
Yeah.
I was looking forward to it.
They got into a good time slot too.
Yes.
Nobody we know goes on.
Yeah, well, yeah. I would try to go on before I go to church, but hey, I just do like a
The
minute.
only
or
reason
two.
why I'm even up that early on Sunday is because if I'm not, I won't get up that early. I won't get up as early as I need to be on Monday.
Mhm.
Yeah, because you got to get used to that. So, okay. Now, I'm on YouTube Studio, and for example, it says watch time hours, and I'm going to go for the past 365 days. And it says watch time for 365 days is 2,344. So I need like 600.
Well, you got to go to earn
Yeah.
to get the accurate number, but that'll tell you like how many you can click on the date this day last year. It'll tell you how many hours you had, and that's how many hours you're going to lose tomorrow when the day drops off.
Mm-hmm.
So the accurate one, I'll go to the accurate one so I can look.
I'm making so little money on YouTube. I could care less if they take it away from me.
Yeah.
Like, I could care less if they take my whole $3.53 away.
Right.
But yeah, so it does that when you get to a year or you get monetized. I'm getting confused with that.
I mean, like, I haven't put a video out since like April.
Man,
Hour
what?
along the way.
So I mean, I do the lives and stuff, right? But I haven't put a video out since April. So
Oh,
I mean, I have crap tons of it to edit and put out. At this point, it's kind of like so out of context. It's like, did you go on that cruise this century?
yeah.
I mean, I still have videos to put out from Wonder from last year, so
Yeah.
yeah, I can't really say much.
Yeah. Just don't have the time, right? Or the
Yeah,
motivation.
the worst thing about doing that is the editing.
Oh, thank you very much. Just doing our best. Thank you.
Someone got a
Thank you.
super chat. Well, we appreciate that. That's the first time we did on the show that somebody got a super chat. I'll give it up for them. Give it up.
Yep, thank you.
It's not me.
Yeah, maybe it's Clock.
Well,
I think it was Clock.
well, if you don't want to do that, then buy me coffee. Put it up
It's
there.
like, yeah, because Clock's on the new, like, you're on the new thing now, right? That they let you get the stickers and stuff like that at 3,000.
Mhm.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. The
You got a super chat dance already prepared?
no, you're gonna probably wear a dress.
I should have. Yeah, I should have did a dance in the dress and then have that put up there.
Right. Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
You know what, Clock? You
That
could
might
always
lead- that might lead to more super chats.
you could always use that scene from the stair
Yeah.
right?
You know what?
When Ricky was coming
Singing.
like towards you on the stairs, you could always use like just clip that down or something, right? To like
Yep.
a couple of
Yep.
seconds. You could use that or something.
Yes, so, but yes. I was watching that video Sunday, and I said, "Man, I'm gonna go to church, and I'm gonna watch this guy wear a dress." I said, okay, go.
Hey, Scott.
I prayed for you. I went to the altar and prayed for you. Lord, please help him.
I
take
promised
off
I'd do it. I did it.
I've had these hats right here this whole time, and it never dawned on me to put them on. This was for a celebration of some sort. I think it was like a year-end review, and we just watched the video the other day. I had actually forgot why we had these. But that's for you, Scott.
Thanks.
Well, I have two hats. One of them is the one that Chris Nuts gave me, and the other one is my favorite one. I won't say what it is, but I want to say what it is, but it's started with an M and it ends with an A. Well, we'll leave it like that. Anyways, so Jeremy, did you get your very special laptop yet?
No, not yet. Not yet. I'm still waiting.
See, so yeah, you probably. Oh, yeah.
And what I'm going to change it because they just now came out with a 15-inch, and instead of me getting the 13, I'm going to get the 15.
Ah.
Be a little easier on the eyes, and plus I can see comments without looking all scowled up during the show, because I watch myself and I critique myself. Like, if the text was big enough, then I could, just sit back with my mouse and be good. But if I have to lean in to read text, that takes away from the show, I believe.
Right.
That's why I have one of these. I got this for $70, and now I can read all the chats right here. And oh, okay. So everybody think I'll come on the chat. I appreciate that. Now, Jeremy, since we were talking about tech stuff, my Nightbot it's just been like finicky, like a cat.
Yep.
Some of the things, Bobby Coffee would go on my gaming channel chat, but it won't go on my cruising chat. I don't know why.
Because it's not set up the right way. If Nightbot is not doing something that you program it to do, you have to check your settings. If chances are you put those timers on your gaming and theater channel, but did not put them on the cruising channel, it's not going to happen every single time you go live unless you're going live on all three channels. That way, all of your Nightbots are coming in, all of your channel bots are coming in. You know what I mean? Like, it'll drop the link to one, it'll drop your timer on the other. Then I noticed that in the morning show, whenever we're restreaming off of each other, my Nightbot comes in, Eddie's Nightbot comes in. I'm not sure that Scott has any timers set up on his, but I see mine and Eddie's chat bot come in and just say what
I have all that set up on mine, but I noticed that in the chat, it's never, none of my stuff ever comes up. It's just you and Eddie's.
Right.
And I think it's because Eddie has your second chair.
Yes, he has the co-host seat.
Right. And I think that's why both of yours come up and mine doesn't, because I'm not in a co-host seat. Which is fine. It doesn't matter. But I'm just saying that I think that's why, right?
Yeah.
So.
But the cruising, I need to have the cruising chicks on the on a Nightbot setup. They said that they need to do some research on the Nightbot. But you have to set those timers to every channel that you want them to appear on. Now, you got 3 channels, which means you got triple the work.
Yeah.
What would be cool is if you signed into one Nightbot on one tab, and then at another tab have the other channel. That way you can put your settings side by side and see if all of them match. And if they don't, make the necessary corrections.
Yeah, I might have to do that. It's just,
I do have mine set up with timers. I think I think they're 10-minute timers, which might have even just been the default.
Right.
But yeah.
And then when you're watching the replay, do they come up?
I don't see the chat in the replay.
No live chat replay?
I see the chat on other people's replay, but I never see the chat on the replay of Go Live Together with Coffee and Tea.
Ooh, we need to work on that.
Ever. Because I was like, I just thought from like a long time ago, I just thought that you just didn't want it on, like you just turned it off.
I don't mess with settings.
I never see it. Ever. Like I said, I see it on other people.
Watching the
I see it
replay?
on the replay of other people's lives, but not on the replay of Go Live Together with Coffee and Tea.
Right.
Yeah, I was watching the replay of Huddle Adventures, and I couldn't see the live chat this morning. So I don't know whether it's only certain channels. I guess it's some kind of setting that we have.
Yeah,
set
it's
up.
a setting, right? And I just figured you just didn't have it turned on. So, so you see it on when you replay it?
I believe so, but only a couple of days later because it's still processing the video for the first 24 hours. We don't get to see it.
Huh.
Just doing our best. Said you need to turn on chat replay.
Yeah,
I guess
no.
that's exactly what it's called.
Where is that located though?
Yeah, I don't know where it is because, like I said, I haven't done one myself yet. But but I like I said, I just never saw it on there. I just figured it was something you didn't want on, so I never said anything about it.
Right. Okay.
Okay. So yeah, we're doing that.
YouTube Studio. So I'm going to go to YouTube Studio too, and
Studio. I love that place.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, YouTube Studio, especially YouTube Studio. So, Jeremy, I know you're going on a cruise for the next 30 days. I think. Do you have a special case for all your camera equipment other than your backpack?
No. I have my backpack, and within that backpack, it has a sleeve. It's like a double insulated pocket where I put my tablets and laptops. The phones go in my pocket, and the gimbal has a little bag that it came with, and I keep the gimbal in the bag if it's not in my hand.
Yeah, so that's what I got from my. This is for my Chromebook. It's like a sleeve combination. Yeah, it's a sleeve, but it has a handle on it, and I'm gonna put it in my backpack. Yes, the heavy duty backpack. So basically, a lot of people are saying about the internet packages on the cruise ship. I think the deluxe. Do you know anything about the deluxe internet package for Carnival?
I know that there's it's called a premium Wi-Fi package.
House of X is here.
Welcome to the party. Welcome to the party.
I'm still trying to find live chat replay.
What? Where was that?
That was House of X's sound for whenever they come in.
Oh, okay.
I have limited sounds on this Stream Deck versus the Stream Deck I do the morning show from. So
Yep.
But I do have that one on here.
Yeah, I have not worked on it. I just got my little things that I put on there every time to a show. So now my next question is for everybody. What would you do if you had the skills? Would you buy a PC? Would you buy a pre-built PC, or would you build your own PC if you had the money and resources? We'll go with Jeremy first. If you had the money for the ultimate PC.
The ultimate PC, I would probably get a Mac Studio because it's an awesome beast all by itself, but with unlimited funds, what I would do is increase the unified memory and also increase the amount of storage to at least 1 terabyte, if not more.
Oh, cool. Mr. Big Mike with the hat on.
My plan is to build one if I change over. So I'm probably gonna build one with my son and his friends because they've been building some pretty good ones lately.
Mr. Scotsman.
It depends on how lazy I am that day. so, so the PC that I'm running this stream off of down here in the studio, I built, but I have almost the identical PC upstairs that I do the morning show from, that I actually purchased directly from MSI. But like I said, so this one has the same case, and it has an MSI. Both of them are full MSI builds, but obviously the one I bought from MSI is going to be all MSI and Corsair stuff in it. And this one here, I purchased all the different pieces. It has a different motherboard than the one upstairs does. Not necessarily any more or less capable, just a different one. But it's still an MSI motherboard. But I built it, and then my son has, he also has a MSI build that he and I built together. I actually helped him build it while I was sick with COVID. So, so I built that, but it really just depends, if I'm in the mood to do it or not, because it takes a while. So it doesn't take a while. I built it in a couple of hours, right? But it requires some thinking about stuff that I just have to be in the mood for. So.
Right. So my ultimate PC has to be a full tower red CD case. Has to be more than 5 bays. It's gonna be my Godzilla DDR4 or DDR5 up to 32 gigabytes of RAM. Gonna have I want to have 2 SSI hard drives on there, one for the operating system, and the other one will be for just files and stuff like that. And then my massive NAS device, which will be up to 64 terabytes of the beast, my baby, my girlfriend, my wife, and I'll call her Carrie Underwood. But yeah,
let's get again.
Oh, okay.
Let's get a graphic in, Z.
A graphic.
For Carrie, your baby mama.
Oh, for God, yeah, I think I got the new one. You know what? I found the new breaking news. Wait a minute, see, I got. Oh, it's out of control. Yes, there we go. Let's see here. My baby mama. Speaking of baby mama, I have a lot of baby mama pictures. The only thing I hate about StreamYard, it has a limit of 100 pictures. I think. No, that's not it. Well, baby mama picture. Come on, girl. Where are you? Oh, there she is. Which one? Do I want this one? I want that one. I want that one. Ladies and gentlemen, breaking news. Carrie Underwood's live show is December 9th. And she might be available for the Carnival Jubilee. You never know. But yes, that's number one. That's not my favorite picture. This is my favorite picture right here. That's my favorite picture right there. Look at that. She's at the Sirius XM Studios in Miami. And guess what cruise line is in Miami? Carnival. Just saying. Baby mama right there. But yeah, so the last concert in Vegas will be December 9th. So it should be a free falling. Anyway, I'm going crazy right there. Not prime time anyway. Not yet. So Jeremy, what is now the next question is a fun one. What is in your movie collection right now? I mean, how many movies do you have in your collection? Do you have a physical or do you have digital for your movies?
There's a few DVDs here. Otherwise, we're streaming.
Yeah. The thing about streaming, I don't want to pay that money. I rather buy it. I love Amazon Prime, buy my physical DVDs. Mr. Mike, Big Mike.
Yes, sir.
How many movies do you have in your collection? Or yeah,
So, at one point, I had a DVD writer. So I have 1,200 DVDs, and I have probably 100 Blu-rays, and 4Ks, maybe a little bit more than that. And now I don't buy any. It's all on Vudu or, yeah, it's mostly on Vudu.
Voodoo Child. Now, me and Scott had this conversation. I think this conversation was for about 3 or 4 hours conversation. Mr. Scott.
So, I don't know why that comes up here. Let me see if I can share this. Let's see. It'll let me share it or not. Hold on here.
Dun, dun, dun.
See if that will come up. Does that come up there, Z?
Wait a minute, hold on.
That's me.
Give me a second. There we go. All right. Add yours. There we go. All right. Come on, baby.
So that's my Plex server right there.
Yes. There we go.
So that's like, it's a still image you can't see, so that's some that. And now I sort mine by the last movies I added to Plex. So those are some of the movies that I have just recently added to my Plex server. However, the total collection, which I cannot show you in that image, but what I can tell you, the total number of movies in the movie library, in the movie volume, see here is still counting.
Oh, you added some stuff. Yes.
So does Plex work with Vudu and all them?
I'm not 100% sure if it does. So the total number of movies that I have in the movie section of my Plex server is 5,639.
Oh God.
So
I know,
yeah,
so
that's what I have in the movie section, and then on the TV shows, I only have, let's see here. So that's 6, 12. I only have about 20 TV shows in there because I don't do TV shows like I do movies. So, but as soon as a movie is available for digital download, I grab it and stick it out there.
Yeah.
So
now, my next question is the digital download. You get to keep those, right?
Yeah. You buy a license for it for, I just can't. So what's nice about Plex is I bought into Plex when it was new and still in beta. So, and I used to just run it off of an old PC and the hard drive that was in there. And then, I kind of eventually graduated to running it off of a NAS server so that it just had something dedicated and I can access it from anywhere I want to go. So, and then I share it out to a couple of people as well. So my internet connection here at home is fast enough to be able to share it to people and have them watch stuff off of it and not affect my internet at all. Because I have a reciprocal gigabit Ethernet connection, so both up and down. Anyway, so yeah, so it just makes more sense for me to do it because what's really nice is I can grab that file, I can stick it on there, and Plex does all the work for me, right? it gets all the metadata for me. It gets the Rotten Tomatoes, ratings. It gets, like I said, all the metadata, gives you the synopsis about it. It adds a trailer for the movie. So if there's anybody browsing it, and as you can see what it looks like, it looks pretty much like a Netflix or any other type of streaming service interface or whatever, and you can sort it however you want and, or whatever. You can do searches and stuff for it. So it just makes sense to do it that way. And since I got in on it when it was in beta and new, I was able to buy a lifetime license for it for $59.
Oh man,
a lifetime license now is a couple of $100 or whatever, which I think is probably still reasonable. But I don't know. Some people may not want to invest that kind of money in something like that. But I was able to buy it for $59, so that's it. So that's
wow. So basically, yeah, I try to put a Flex on my PC. I was still not complicated because it's two softwares, right? There's the Plex server, and then there's another open source. It's called Plex. Is that correct?
No, I mean, there's just a Plex server. You can download it for any format you want: Mac, Windows, Linux, or like a NAS device or whatever. You install it, and then all you need is the player software, which comes in every form: iOS, Android, Windows, Mac. You just need the player, and then you can just create a free account. And you can do different things with it. They also just added channels and stuff to Plex as well. So I don't have them turned on my Plex server, but I had turned them off, but you can turn them on, and there's a lot of like other channels and stuff out there, like Tubi and things like that, or whatever, different internet content and stuff you can add to it. So just adds more, more stuff to it. What's also nice too is when I'm going to travel, what I do is I get a tablet and I open up the Plex software. I open up the Plex piece of software on the tablet, and then I browse the library, and when I find movies I want to watch, I just tap on the movie and I tap the download, and it downloads it locally. It's still within the Plex player, but it downloads it locally to the hard drive of the or the storage of the tablet, and allows me to watch it on the airplane offline.
Wow, see, that's what I like. And question is, out of all your movies, how many terabytes is that? It said you got like 5,000. How many terabytes?
So that NAS has 8 terabytes of storage, and I'll tell you here in a minute how much I have free. The only thing that's on that NAS is Plex. There's nothing else on that particular NAS. And like I said, that NAS has 8 terabytes of storage, and currently here I'll share it with you, so there you can look at it.
Let's see if we can put it up here.
You can see how much is free.
Okay,
that's how much is free. 5.64 terabytes is free.
Mm-hmm.
But there's 8 terabytes of storage capacity, so it's using a little under 3 terabytes of currently.
So basically, all your movies are not. Most of your movies are like 1080 or 720.
They're all 1080.
So you don't have any Blu-ray or.
I don't put any
4K.
I don't put any 4K on there. Just because of like I choose to not watch 4K. Like for me, there's not that much difference between 1080 and 4K that makes or breaks the movie for me. So so everything that's on there is 1080, and all the TV shows I put on are 720.
Right. Yeah.
TV shows aren't worth really more than 720 in my opinion.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, and like I said, there's not that much difference between 4K. I can grab the 4K version. There's no difference in price for me or whatever, but I just choose to grab the 1080 version of it. That's what I stick on there for storage purpose, just for space wise. The average movie is about a gigabyte in size, maybe a little bit bigger, possibly. Could be maybe 1.2 gigabytes, 1.4 gigabytes, something like that or whatever. Sometimes it's a little under.
It's ridiculous how much more 4K takes up than 1080p.
well-
I found that out on this last vacation because I had everything set up to 4K. I was like, okay, I'm gonna record the top one on everything. Then
Right.
I was filling up my phone every single day when I went out and recorded. I was filling up my whole phone. So I said, okay, yeah, and I have a 256 gig now. Granted, like 150 is probably with other stuff. So I'm filling up still like 100 gig.
Right.
So this time I said, okay, I'm just going to 1080p. I pretty much did the whole entire vacation on 100 gig.
Oh,
So, I mean, and that's 9-day vacation of filming stuff every single day. I mean, I had to dump it once, but it wasn't anything like a 4K.
Yeah.
4K. So yeah.
Yeah, like I said, I don't think there's that much difference between 4K and 1080 when I'm watching it, especially if I'm watching it on like a tablet or something. You know, now the TV I have in my living room that you can see in the background during the morning show or whatever, that's a 75-inch TV.
Oh my lord.
I might see a little bit of a difference.
I can see on my TV in my living room because that's
what I'm saying. I see a little bit of a difference. I see a little bit of a difference on a 75-inch screen, but not anything of like, not like anything like I stop the movie and everybody looks at me and says, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "I can't watch this." Like nothing ridiculous like that, right? So, yeah. So, you know, storage wise, I just do it because, like, here's the problem, right? Well, now the nice thing about that Western Digital, no other NAS will do this currently, but the hardware for Western Digital is, let's say now I want to update that. So that's two 8 terabyte drives in there, right? That's RAID 0, so it's basically just 8 terabytes. So if I want to say I want to go to 10 or 12 or whatever, so I would pull the one drive out and I would stick a bigger one in there. Okay.
So it's like something like that, right? Like that right here. This picture right here.
So if I pull a drive out of there and stick a bigger capacity drive in there, there's a checkbox in the interface that says, basically like increase the volume. So, because what would happen is if I didn't check that and I put like a 10 terabyte drive in there, it would actually reformat that 10 terabyte to only be 8 to match what the capacity is of the existing 8 gig or 8 terabyte. So I have to actually check that box to say I'm actually expanding the volume. And then it reads, it knows how much bigger that new drive is. So as long as I check that box saying I'm expanding the volume, it will rebuild the array onto that bigger drive and then leave the additional space between the 8 and say 10. So it'll leave the additional 2 terabytes of space in there as, capacity. And then when that has rebuilt that way, then I pop the other 8 out and stick the other 10 in or the other 12 in. And since the volume has already been rebuilt with the expansion, and I'm putting that same size drive in there, then it just rebuilds it. And then I have that extra capacity. Now, Western Digital is the only NAS that will do that right now.
Yeah.
Maybe, so maybe the other ones will come along later, like Synology or whatever, but which I think is what Z just had up on the screen. It was a Synology drive or whatever.
It's Synology. I like. Yeah.
So maybe they'll do that in the future, but right now Western Digital is the only one that does that. So it's really nice because that NAS was not 8 terabytes at one time; it was only 4, and I expanded it to 8. So, and that was nice that I was able to do that because I was able to leave the 1 4 terabyte drive in there, stick an 8 terabyte drive in there, check it saying I'm expanding the volume, and it rebuilds it and leaves the extra 4 in there. Then pop that other 4 out, stick the other 8 in, and it rebuilds it and has the extra space. So
that's awesome. I mean, I'm so jealous of Scott there because he got 5,000 movies. I'm so jealous, but yeah. I'm doing my little collection.
The latest movie I put on there was Asteroid City, and it looks like it's going to be a funny movie, so I'm looking forward to seeing it. And I also just put the new Transformers movie on there as well.
So yeah, my latest movie is right here, and this is a man's movie. So John Wick 4.
Oh yeah, I think I have John Wick 4 on there on my Plex server as well. So
Oh my lord, we got Fast and Furious. John Wick 4. If you have not watched this movie, I
Oh, okay. So wait. So Cruise Vet, I just noticed Cruise Vet had a question in there. So,
yes.
he
Right.
said, "Is water cooled better than air cooled for desktop? If so, is the maintenance on the water cooled too low, too much to trouble with?" So, okay. So here's the thing, right? So I don't know if I can do this or not here, but let me see here if I can take a picture of my.
I think I have a water cooler on my picture of. Well, while he's doing that, a lot of people don't know what he's talking about. Water cooler for your PC is like a radiator for your car, and you can put all your
Yep.
fluids in there. It helps the PC keep cool.
Yeah, okay, so I don't know if you can
Understand.
see this or not here, but so this is the PC I have down here,
Yep.
right? Oops,
Mhm.
He
that's
just
not the
changed it.
picture. Yeah, and you definitely don't want to see those pictures.
I don't know. Maybe.
Yes, we do.
Maybe it's
Yes, we
fine.
do.
No, you don't want to see those other ones.
Oh, you mean prime time? Okay.
For sure you don't. So okay, so if you see you see that image in the back that looks like a dragon,
hmm
that
Yeah.
image that's the CPU cooler, right? So typically you'd have a fan sitting on top of the CPU. Or heat sink with a fan on top of that would pull the heat away from it. But what that is that is a liquid cooler,
hmm
liquid CPU cooler. And then those two big tubes that you see that are going up to the roof of the top of the case, they tie into a radiator basically.
Radiator.
So that's a completely closed system. So that circulates the liquid from that radiator that has fans on it. So the radiator has 2 or 3 fans on it, I think. So it basically circulates the liquid from the radiator down across the CPU and back, and it cycles it. So it's a completely closed system. It's zero maintenance. There's no maintenance involved in it at all. It's already charged with cooling liquid when you get it. All you do is install it on top of the CPU, install the radiator, and I think I have those tubes wire tied, so that they're kind of like off to the side there or whatever. And then the fan you see there in the back is just a case fan. And then there's also 3 case fans. Wait a second here. There's 3 case fans down the front as well. That's the front. So there's 3 case fans down the front then as well. So those just keep everything cool and circulating in there. But the liquid cooled is, in my opinion, the way to go. It's a completely enclosed system. It's not that much more expensive than a fan or a heat sink and a fan. And it works way better. It's way more efficient, and it keeps the CPU way cooler than a fan ever could. It doesn't matter how hot it gets in your environment. So like if you're in like a warmer house or whatever, it doesn't matter how hot it gets. That liquid coolant is way better than just air. So hopefully you heard all that, Cruise Vet, and that answers your question. So
yeah, if you have any questions, Cruise Vet, you always can watch this on a replay. But basically, that's the newest thing. Well, it's not new, but it's a better way to keep your PC, your chipset very, very cool. Because if it's very, very cool, it doesn't work as hard if you don't have it, or if you have a basic fan system.
So, Cruise Vet, I don't know what you saw that says it needs to be maintained every 2 or 3 years, but mine's not that old, right? But I've had other ones in the past that are older than that. There's no way for you to like charge it or recharge it or anything like that. I've had ones that are way older than that still work perfectly fine. So I'm not 100% sure what you're seeing. that says it needs to be maintained, but not in my experience. It doesn't.
Right.
And
Right.
I spent decades in IT. So
They saw it on New Egg.
I'm Microsoft certified, Apple certified, Linux, Unix, the whole 9 yards. I've never seen anything where, plus, like I said, those liquid cooling systems are not rechargeable. So, I don't know how you would maintain it anyway.
Right.
Well, I think you could change the liquid out there. And just
You
drain
can.
it.
You can't.
Yeah.
They're completely self-contained. You can't change the liquid in them. That's
Really?
what I'm saying. Like, you wouldn't be able to do it, and you certainly don't have to take them out and throw them away and put a new one in.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Now maybe there are certain ones out there or something. I don't know, but the one that I have is just an MSI because, like I said, both my systems are full MSI builds.
Mhm.
I built this one for about $900. I bought the one I have upstairs for about $1,200. They both have the same thing. The only difference is that the one upstairs, the liquid cooler in the one upstairs, the radiator only has a single fan on it. And this one has 2 fans on the radiator. So, but that's no different. I mean, there's like, as far as that goes, there's no difference between 1 fan on the radiator or 2 fans on the radiator. So it just happened to have 2 of them.
Yep.
So.
Yeah, and basically on a PC, if you're gonna do some major editing or do some gaming, you gotta have that kind of system for your gaming because you're gonna be doing some major gaming or you're gonna do some major editing when it comes to your videos on your YouTube. You want your computer to be very, very happy. I'm just saying, because a lot of people had issues with trying to edit the PC will overheat, shut down.
Yep.
And
so the other thing too is my system upstairs. I think and you can mount the radiator anywhere you want in the case, anywhere that works. So the case I have upstairs, like I said, it's the same case, but I think the power supply in the one upstairs is just an MSI power supply. I think it's like a 1200 watt power supply or something like that or whatever. But it's a small square kind of power supply.
Yeah.
The one that's in here is a 1600 platinum. So 1600 watt platinum one. And it's just one that I had laying around. It was new in the box. I hadn't used it, but it was one I had from before. I was actually going to put it in a Bitcoin mining rig and I never did. So in any event, so I just had it laying around and it's long. It's like a big long rectangle one. So because of that, it took up more space inside the case. So I ended up having to mount the radiator on up underneath on this one, where the one that's upstairs I bought from MSI, the radiator's actually mounted on the back side of it. And I just couldn't do it in this build because the power supply changed the configuration inside a little bit differently. But otherwise, you can mount them anywhere you want inside the case, anywhere that works, anywhere that they'll fit. So
you had a reaction from Jeremy when you said big guy rig.
Bitcoin mining rig.
Yeah, you got to explain that because I said, oh, that might be something that I need to get into it.
No, so I used to have a Bitcoin mining farm. The bottom dropped out of crypto. So I took it all apart and dismantled it all and stuff. But I used to have a small Bitcoin mining rig. It had about 42 mining rigs, and each mining rig had 8 GPUs in it. So and I had them inside grow tents with 8-inch exhaust fans that exhausted out of my house or whatever. My electric bill was about $1,200 a month.
Oh Lord!
So, so I had them for a couple of years, and I just mined Bitcoin. So I mined Bitcoin, I mined Ethereum, I mined Dogecoin, Zcash, and Ravencoin, believe it or not. I mined a little bit of that. So But anyway, so I did a lot of crypto mining when crypto, I said to my wife, we were actually on Allure of the Seas. And I said, we were at dinner and I said to her, by the way, when we get home from this cruise, there's going to be about 10,000 boxes on the front porch. She's like, what? What did you buy? And I said, so I was like, so I want to talk to you about this thing called Bitcoin. And she was like, okay. Now, my wife's a CPU, or I mean a CPU. She's a CPA, right? CPA. She's a CPA, right? So I was like, okay. And she was like, okay. She's like, isn't that a Ponzi scheme? I was like, no, not a Ponzi scheme. Nope. So anyway, and nobody really knew a lot about it yet, but I did because I'm a geek. So anyway, so I had said to her, I said, Bitcoin, remember it was that thing I told you that I wanted to spend $1,000 on or whatever back when it was like, $10 a coin or whatever. And you told me no. You told me I couldn't do it. I said, so I didn't do it. I said, which would be now worth like 2.9 million. But so thank you for that. But in any event, I said, so I'm gonna mine this Bitcoin. I said, and since you torpedoed me buying Bitcoin back when it was $10 a coin, I said, I'm just telling you right now, I don't give a something about how you feel about it this time. I'm not missing out on it a second time. So I'm going to do this time. I said, so when we get home, there's going to be all these boxes. I said, it's going to be really hot in the house. I said, and it's going to be noisy. I was like, and the electric bill is going to like increase 10 times overnight. I said, but I said, and it's never going to last forever. I said, it's only going to last for a short amount of time. I don't know how short that time's going to be, but it is not going to last forever. But I'm going to get in and make as much money on it as I can while I can.
Yep.
So I said, so you just have to tell me right now whether or not you're going to have a problem with it. I said, before we get off the ship, I was like, because if you do, I'm going to throw your ass overboard. So anyway. So that was that, right? So we got home and there was all the boxes, and next thing you know, blah, 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 blah. I'm sure I have a picture of it somewhere that I could dig it up and show it to you. But anyway, so I did it and I ran it for a couple of years, and, it was like anything. It was like stock market, right? Money was up and down, 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 up and down. It was hyper volatile, right? Hyper volatile. But I did make a decent amount of money off of it in the time frame that I had it running and stuff like that or whatever. And I could have kept it going if I would have reinvested in newer equipment. My equipment had just run its life because I had older equipment. If I would have reinvested and bought newer equipment, say like 3,000 or 4,000 series cards, and I could be going at it right now and still making a decent profit on it. But I just decided the time was to throw the towel in and give everybody in the house a break. So I did. So I tore it all down and took it all apart, and that's where it ended. But it was a nice run.
Yep. Yeah, so, that's a nice run. You know what? When you say you had boxes waiting for you, I said, okay, that's Cheryl.
There was easily 30 boxes on the front porch.
I do have a story. I do have a story. The first day that I took baby home, she had boxes on the porch and boxes right inside the door, all from Amazon. All from Amazon. Every single one of them. They had Prime tape on them.
Yeah.
And then she doesn't remember what she bought. That's the funny thing.
My favorite shopping story thus far is whenever she accidentally bought me a case of Pop-Tarts in her sleep. That was a win-win for me. I love them.
What was the case? How many was it? Like 60?
It was like the 48 pack. It was 48 Pop-Tarts in there.
Wow. I love Pop-Tarts, but I try not to eat them anymore.
Yeah.
But I do love them.
It's way too fattening. But Jeremy, since we got you in here, have you finished with your Prime shopping yet, or did your baby buy
the next place that I want to go shop is the Apple Store.
Oh, Apple Store.
Yep.
Yeah, so the prime thing, like I told everybody else, I got that itchy thumb right there, and we got like the rest of the day. I got like 8 or 9 items in my cart. I would have hit that button, but my bank is saying, "What you doing?" What
The
are you
bank
doing?
doesn't agree with the current transaction.
So I
Yeah,
bought myself last night. I bought me 200 more cruising ducks.
Nice.
So they were on sale for like $8 off. So I got them for like $31 for 100 of them.
Now, how are you making your tags?
So I just bought business cards. So
Okay.
I ended up getting 500 business cards from oh, never mind. Different one. I got regular business cards that I'm handing out to people.
Gotcha.
With the QR code on the back.
Okay.
And then I have the these ones here that say, "Oh, what luck! You found a duck. Keep her hide." With it, and then it's got the thing on the back.
Gotcha. So you basically just designed that through a business card online thing.
Overnight prints.
Gotcha.
So I got 500 of them for $34, I think it was.
wow.
So essentially, I'm doing 50 of them per cruise. So it's like $3.40
Right.
per cruise. So I mean, it's
Gotcha.
not it's nothing that's really costing me.
Okay. Yeah. So you basically just designed it through their online thing or whatever, ordered it, they shipped them to you. Then all you got to do is punch a hole and tie them onto the duck.
Right. That's good advertising right there.
It is.
Got my nice little pull.
Hole punch.
Heart-shaped hole puncher.
Oh yeah.
Well, you buy some stuff, and it looks like, speaking of buying that, I haven't seen. I just saw the chair. I said, "Man, it's about time you buy her a chair."
I mean, I've been wanting to do ducks for a really long time. I just have not gotten around to it yet or whatever, but I've wanted to do it for like years. So
I still have 80 sitting here.
wow. And you got those on Amazon, you said?
So this is the first pack I bought, which is 30 of them.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I bought this, and I was like, okay, well, 30 of them for $15, that's not bad. Well, then I started searching, and I found the one for $38 for 100 of them. I was like, well, heck, that's a hell of a lot better. Well, then, like I said, they're on sale now for $31 for Prime Day. So I was like, well, I know how many cruises I already have booked, so I might as well go ahead and book. I might as well go ahead and get 200 more.
Get your ducks in a row for the upcoming cruises.
Now I noticed there was some place or some, I can't remember where, but like some video, either a video, social media post, something from your channel, not like since you've gotten back, that I saw somebody had posted a comment on saying like, "Hey, I met you on the ship," or this or that or whatever. So like, are they meeting you like when you're just walking around vlogging? Are they like finding your duck and connecting with you that way? I mean, do you know how?
Sometimes they do.
Gotcha.
And the QR code. So if you use Flow Code, Flow Code, they give you a report every day on how many times somebody scans your code.
Nice.
Now it's not anywhere near what I would like.
Sure.
I put out 54 ducks this last cruise. I think I've only gotten like 20 scans or something.
Okay.
But that doesn't mean that people didn't just go type it in or something. I don't know.
Okay. Yeah.
I haven't got I've only picked up, I think, 19 subscribers or something since I left for the cruise, something like that. But
That's
I mean, I
good,
normally get a few every week, no matter what.
like so, like
I
I normally get like between I maybe on average about 10 subscribers per cruise. You know, it's not huge, right? But I'm not doing anything like that. That's just literally coming from people seeing me walking around the ship vlogging.
Right.
Yeah.
And then they're like, "Hey, are you a vlogger?" I'm thinking, "No, I'm just taking a lot of selfies."
See, sometimes they don't even see me because, like, the day I did the video for the ship, when I vlogged the whole ship, I got up at 5:30. So by 7, I was done and went and sat down and ate my breakfast.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But they see me on the islands and stuff.
Yeah, I mean that's what happens for me too. I mean, they're like they see me walking around vlogging, and they'll come up and they'll be like, "Hey, what's your channel?" and stuff, you know. So.
Yeah.
It's called advertising.
Now I have a dot card that has the QR code as well as the NFC. I don't know if you know what a dot card is, but it's basically an NFC card, right? So I have a dot card, but the problem is on a cruise ship, you know, everybody's in airplane mode. So
No internet.
the NFC reader doesn't work anyway.
Right.
So
Yeah.
it's kind of stupid to have that on the ship. So
Yep. The QR code on our new door sign, I'm putting both channels up there with both QR codes. That way they can hit us all up at the same time.
yeah.
And that, and the new door sign isn't going to be these things that hang. It's going to be just one of them straight magnets like you would put on the side of a vehicle for a business advertisement.
right.
So it won't slip down.
Yeah.
It'll just be a solid sign.
So what you're saying is it'll be easily identifiable.
Yes,
Say
of course.
I'm walking down the hallway and I happen to see it.
Yeah.
Lock-
You gonna put that pineapple over there? Mm-hmm.
It goes on your clothes very easily and it stays there. I'm telling you, I
So-
got 4 of them. I got 4 of them lined up. There's
I cannot
one-
confirm nor deny that I've made a rather large purchase at Temu of several different
I can
varieties.
confirm it.
And some things are bigger than others. Let's
Yes.
just keep it at that.
Size does,
Breaking news.
size does matter.
Size does matter, especially
Yes,
when
it
you
does.
have pineapple. Mm-hmm.
I like that big one that Marcia and them have on the side of the fridge. That
Yeah.
big pineapple they got up there. That
Right.
sucker looks nice.
Would you believe
Yeah, I was
that I
thinking
say
there's-
that might
inside
be
of their fridge
tiny
looks like-
compared to some?
Okay, so so your door will be identifiable as well.
Yeah,
I don't know if my door will be.
I think
Somebody's door will be.
I think we get a couple of spies over that cruise and say, "Hey, we need to find Mike. Where's he at?"
Yep.
Go put that hunting hat on. Ever fun hunting. We are hunting for Mikey. What you got in your hand? Oh, that's a couple of pineapples. You gonna turn it upside down? Yes.
No. My pineapples stay upright.
Yep. Except for Mike's store.
You know, we got these two. You know, I love Dollar Tree. They keep on coming out with stuff, and I don't know why, but you and Cruise Nuts, they keep us in the pineapple conversation. So this is a cup. We got 2 of them
Oh boy. But
at the
now-
beginning of the spurt. Hadn't even drank out of them yet. We just have them.
Oh, okay. So if I see you, I know where you're at on the Jubilee. Okay.
I bought this shirt on Temu.
See,
Oh, nice. That is nice.
So it's like it's just you know it's just it's just on. Like,
Oh, okay.
Like the pocket.
That'll work.
Yeah, it's just a pocket, but it's like it's like a sunglass dude busting out of a pineapple. So
Mhm.
I was kind of cool. So I bought that.
It's relevant to you.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so when he does that, well, Jeremy, they talk about that. I look at my available for withdrawal. Still waiting on that one. That's 105.02. That's why I have not pulled the trigger yet. I'm waiting for it to go to my account. And we got less than 7 hours before the sale will be over. Anybody's gonna buy some new stuff for Amazon Prime before it ends? What are your plans of buying?
I got what I wanted, so I'm done.
Jeremy?
Oh no, I'm not going. I'm not doing any online shopping. I'm not the shopper of the household. I look at the bottom line number and say yes or no.
Oh, you're the
That's all I do.
Go. Mike, are you
I've already
buying?
done. I think I bought 8 things last night, and I got a couple more today.
Yeah, it's just I got a bad habit when I'm looking and say, okay, they're showing on commercial Amazon Prime last day. I say, okay, I take my pick. Still nothing. Okay, keep on moving on. Let's see, a couple more things before we get out of here. I know we've been here.
Most of the stuff I bought wasn't even me.
Yep.
My wife heard us talking yesterday on the live, and my card had two things in it. It had the ducks and the memory cards.
Yep.
Mhm.
And then I clicked on it at the very end of the show, and there was 8 things in the cart.
Wow.
I looked over her.
Oh yeah,
And
they
she
go
said-
blame on somebody else and
Just
not
hit
blame
the button.
themselves.
Yeah, you got to watch these live streams. Whenever I make it to the back of the house, I'm gonna check the carts too.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
you see what because I see that cruising is fun. Anytime has left the chat for a while, she's either asleep or or shopping or doing some cruise looking around or something.
Yep.
Yep.
That's what I'm doing right now. Let's see, 409. Yes, but that's the thing. Do you guys go shop on Newegg? And I know Scott uses Newegg. What do you?
I mean,
think?
I've
used
used
it before.
Newegg a few times. I don't really shop on Newegg. So
There was a couple times when they first came out that they were trying to compete with people, and they would throw some insane deals out there.
yeah,
That on stuff that normally doesn't go on sale, but they would throw sales on it, like video games and stuff like that. That normally it's only it wasn't. It's normally like maybe $5 off. It was like $30 off. So I bought a couple things, but not much.
right.
Okay, got to alert. See.
So for my camera equipment, most of the time I buy my camera equipment from B&H.
B&H.
Yeah, so B&H is it's a massive online photo and video
Photo and
business.
video.
But they also have a brick and mortar in New York City.
Mm.
And
Yep.
they're owned by Jewish people, so they are actually closed on Saturdays.
Ooh.
And even their online store is closed on Saturdays. You can browse their online store and everything else, but if you try to check out, you will actually get a message saying that it's the Sabbath and that the online store is closed and you can check out like tomorrow. So, but I buy most of my video stuff from B&H, and then for like other equipment and stuff like that or whatever, I buy it wherever I can get a good deal on it.
Right. Yeah, it's supposed to be. Well, they got the countdown going on now. 9 hours, 48 minutes, and 40 seconds until the sale is over. Now they're going to get down to the nitty gritty. I saw some stuff. I got to put my phone down. I got to put your hands in the air. Don't put it next to your phone. I put it like here. I can go like this. Don't touch my phone. Don't touch my phone because you'll be going like that. Yeah, it's one of the bad things. Speaking of bad things, what was the worst thing you bought online? We'll start with Mike. What was the worst thing you bought online?
Well, give me a second. You're gonna have to get somebody else first, because I've bought some stupid stuff before.
Jeremy, what was the worst thing you bought?
I don't know. There was something that was either smaller or bigger or didn't fit back in the day, but I can't remember. I'm a little more cautious online shopping, looking at all of the description and everything and knowing what I'm getting because of this item, but I forget what it was.
Oh, okay. Scott, man, what was the funniest thing you bought?
Are you saying what's the worst thing I ever bought?
What's the worst thing and what was the funny thing? It could be both.
Man.
While he's thinking about that, the worst thing.
Yeah, I don't even know.
The worst thing, the funniest thing I ever bought. Now, this is when I was living in Arlington, Texas, and that's when the eBay was very, very popular. And this is a quick reminder. This is a tip. Do not buy anything when you're intoxicated. Don't do it. Well, it happened to me. I was on eBay. Me and my friend were just watching football, drinking all this stuff, and my phone was on eBay, and I said, "Ooh, that was nice." I bought an old Atari 2600, and I thought I bought everything on it. Needless to say, out of the Atari 2600, I only bought the power supply. I didn't buy the console or the joysticks or the paddles. I bought the power supply. That's why you do not, I repeat, do not buy anything when you're intoxicated or you just mad at somebody. Just you don't do that. But yeah.
Okay, I'd say the worst thing I ever bought was the strip club here.
Come to the stage. It is Scott Man, the mustard drill. He's going to perform to dance for you. Get out your money, get our bills.
I mean, I know I bought tools and stuff that I get at home and I'm like, oh, this is a piece of junk. And stuff like that. And I know I bought parts for things that say it's an exact fit and then it's like, yeah, this isn't anywhere close.
Right. I think the worst thing about Amazon, and I thought I got a good deal. It's like those. It's called Tupperware. It's Tupperware, and the picture looks big. It looks big in the Tupperware. I bought the Tupperware and said, okay, I'm gonna buy some Tupperware stuff. That Tupperware was about that big. Because I didn't read the size of it. I said, ooh, Tupperware. Uh-oh. Somebody got a BC. Yes. So hold on.
I'm seeing your comments, Jeremy, and this is my second studio. So I built it a couple of weeks ago. I had no original intention to model it after a strip club. It just kind of worked out that way.
Oh, this bringing me bad memories now. Thank you. Yes, when I was younger. All my money. Anyways, get ready to wrap this up. Any final thoughts, any kind of tips for anybody that is electronics when it comes to YouTube, Nightbox, StreamYard? Any final thoughts that you could recommend to everybody that's watching and will be watching this on the replay? We'll go with Jeremy.
Well, the best equipment that you have is what you already have. If you can make what you have work, then good. Simple uploads, and just if you got a phone, you can have a successful YouTube channel. It just all depends on how much effort and work you want to put into it. If let's say you could have like the best cameras and the best computers, but if you don't know how to run the engines behind each and everything that you have to use, running a YouTube channel, then you just got good equipment. It's best to learn the websites that you're going to have to visit, such as youtube.com or studio.youtube.com or canva.com or whatever you use for your thumbnails. You could start there by just simply learning and reading. Another good way to learn things is to watch the same thing that you want to put videos on YouTube. If you're a visual learner, learning on YouTube might be the best way, because you could pause the video, do that step, play it, pause the video, do that step, like most of us do already. So that's a good way to learn. Mm-hmm. I would say that the learning part is way more important than the equipment part.
Mhm.
The reason why people like Scott and I upgrade our stuff is so that we can put out better content and do a better job. You know,
Exactly.
you don't always have to upgrade, but if what you got is working for you, continue to use that until you can do better.
Absolutely.
Like right now, I'm on a Chromebook. Believe it or not, I'm on a Chromebook and it's working. You know,
Yes. I'll be using my Chromebook.
Scott.
Yeah, there was nothing that I did not purchase really anything for my YouTube journey. A lot of it was stuff that I already
Right.
had. A few things I upgraded later, again, like with an intention to use, but I ended up actually not. But when I first started, I bought a $10 kind of like like retractable or like extendable kind of selfie stick with a phone mount on it
Right.
and a microphone, right? And that's how I got started with it. So that's and that's I did, like I said, things I already had for other things, other purposes and stuff like that or whatever is really what I did. Later on, I bought a few things and stuff like that, but again, still I always end up back with just my phone and a microphone and a $10 selfie stick, and and that's what I do my videos and stuff on. That's what I do a lot of my stuff on. So
And the only reason why I got this is for this function right here, is so I can zoom in and out wirelessly.
Right.
That's the reason why I got this.
Right.
Otherwise, it would have just been my regular selfie stick, but this has a zoom function on it. That's why I love it.
Right. Now, like you said, I have, like I said, I have purchased a couple of things, like for instance, like I already have my cameras and stuff like that or whatever, but like sound is really important for YouTube content. Sound is just sound was something you do. So I did purchase a mic for home. Like I already had a mic for for my phone, but I purchased a mic here for home. I spent only about $100 on it, so I mean I didn't spend a whole lot of money on the mic, but I did that. And then just when I started building the studio here, that's when I bought a couple of things. Like I bought these two key lights. I bought these walls and these light strips for $10. I mean, again, I didn't break the bank on any of it. But really that's it. Oh, I bought that on air sign, live on air sign or whatever.
It's on stage.
Yeah.
On stage.
Yeah, on stage. I mean, again, I didn't break the bank on that. I paid $30 for that. So
bringing dollar bills. Yes, absolutely.
And you can barely see it anyway because of the exposure of the camera. But
yes.
But yeah, I agree with
currently.
Yeah.
So
now, like I said, now I have a DJI gimbal for my phone. But the problem is that my phone has stabilization built into it. So if I use that and the gimbal, I get boogered videos. So I end up not using the gimbal. So
and you're running with a 14 iPhone 14?
No, I'm using a Galaxy S23 Ultra.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I thought you were iPhone.
No, he's Android.
Galaxy S23.
No, he's Android.
So
you're throwing me off with that. You're throwing me off with that MagSafe case that's on there. Is that
a MagSafe case? Yeah, it's just a MagSafe case.
Yeah.
But yeah, because what'll happen is I have this charger, this mag charger that's real thin. It's like an Anchor, like the brand is Anchor or something like that or whatever. And the mount that I use to vlog with is deep enough that I can put that on the back here and mount it in there, and then it keeps my phone topped off when I'm vlogging.
That's awesome. Big Mike, what are your final thoughts Are you going to buy some new stuff for your next cruise? What are your final thoughts? What your advice can you give for everybody that's watching, being a content creator or being just editing videos or doing anything like that? What are your final thoughts for today?
Well, it really doesn't. You don't have to spend a whole lot of money. Just use your phone.
Yep.
Start out with your phone and go from there. If you want to upgrade something later on, or buy yourself a gimbal to hold the phone, I have a cheaper gimbal than this one.
Yep.
I got this one just because, like, when I go to Disney when I'm watching the fireworks, this one does extend up too, so I can get over the top of everybody's head.
Right.
But it doesn't cost much to start out, and just use your phone, and then, like I said, upgrade from there.
Yeah, and like I said, I have spent money on wanting to upgrade things with the best intention, and in the end, I just keep coming back to my phone anyway. So I'm not spending another nickel on any of it, just because I just will not use it.
I've said that before too.
Yeah, we all said that.
Well, listen, okay, like listen. I mean, I'm a guy, right? I'm a guy, so I'm a guy with like some means. So I do like my toys,
Yeah.
right? But at the same time, I am starting to become a little tired of my toys sitting around collecting dust. Also, so
Yep.
but
Now, for word of advice from me, when you start off, like everybody else says, get familiar with your phone because you use your phone most of the time other than your other camera equipment or tablets or whatever.
Yep.
Get comfortable with your phone because you've been using your phone most of the time when you're doing any videos. Now, as far as upgrading to like doing a live stream, I have learned the hard way. When I first started live streaming on my laptop, it was hell. It's one of those. I got a cheap laptop, and you could not have it. The Wi-Fi was horrible. It'll drop off. I'll drop off. Lose connection on your laptop or overheat. And then I said, "Hey, I got my mom's old PC. It's up to date. It's Windows 10. Go ahead and do that." So that's what I'm doing. And thanks for Jeremy for helping me out. Set up the way it was set up. I have a while back, I bought me a webcam. I had the stand. It's a combination webcam / microphone combination. Both. It's great. And yes, as far as upgrading, my future plans is still on hold. Still working on the living room / gaming home theater. I'm waiting for my friend to pick up my couch because I don't need it anymore. So I have plenty of room. The future plan is, before I go on the cruise on the Carnival Jubilee, we got Black Friday. Black Friday is coming up very, very quickly. I know, like I said, with the money. And those where you can get the big deals when it comes to electronics. I want to get a bigger TV that I have. Right now, it's on a 52. I got 52 in my bedroom. I got a small 32-inch one, but I want to get a 55 or a 75-inch. If I can get a good deal with a Black Friday deal, that'd be perfect. And then, before then, I'm going to try to get. I got a friend of mine that said he's going to build me a PC. I just got to buy the components, so I'm doing that. That one's going to be a bad boy beast. It's going to cost some money, but yeah, I'm into it. So yeah, the tech day. And by the way, for those of you that want to know how to do all that, YouTube is your homework assignment. Do your research. Do your research how to do YouTube. Watch other channels. Couple of channels I have in my head is Tuber Chat. Go ahead and check him out. And Nick Naiman. Nick Naiman is one of the king of YouTube. He knows the ins and outs of YouTube. I learned a lot through him. He has shows on Saturdays. He's a good guy. He's an incredible person, and he knows his stuff. All right, we're getting ready to close it out. We've been here over 2.5 hours. I'd like to thank my guests. Scott Mustard Drill. Guys, check out his channel. Check out the morning show at 8 o'clock Central. Here with Jeremy, JNS Adventures, because it's fun anytime. They do a show at 8 o'clock. Knock Valley Adventures, check out their channel. They just got back from a cruise, and yes, Mike has bought his wife a chair. Finally. Look at that chair. That's a pretty nice chair right there. No, we were making fun
Beautiful.
of it.
Look kind of like
Absolutely. I bet his wife said it's about time you did that. Anyways, hey guys, I enjoyed it. If you guys want to watch this on the replay, I'll put this on the playlist on both channels. Yeah, we talk about some tech stuff. We might do this the next couple of weeks or whatever, when I get the urge. And don't forget, tonight, prime time, 8 o'clock Central. We're going to count down the last couple hours of Amazon Prime days. I might have that itch, thanks to Cheryl. I might have the itch. I might pull that trigger for the last minute of Amazon Prime days. I got stuff in my cart. I'm just waiting for that to go through. I'd like to thank everybody that was in the chat. Better Noah. There's Cheryl's on there. Yeah, we have everybody on the chat. There's a lot of people coming in. Guys, thank you guys for coming in. And let me see if we got the outro. We got the outro ready. Let's see the outro. Which one am I going to do? I'm going to do, no. Should I do my baby mama? No, not doing that one. I don't want to fight everybody away. Don't want to fight everybody. Says, hey, you're a sister with baby mama. Yes, I know. So, all right, outro is almost ready. Let me get it. Guys, don't forget. Guys, oh, by the way, Battle Noah, I've been watching it today. Check out his channel. He's doing pretty good with cutting grass. He was looking for alligators today, past couple of days. I don't think he found any. So we got this. I think it's ready to go. There we go. All right, here we go for the intro, outro. Goodbye, content creators. Thank you guys for coming out. Appreciate everybody for here. A very special show, the Tech Show. If you have any questions, you can contact each and one of us. We're professionals. No, we're guys that just like to talk about tech, including and use that combination of everything with that. But guys, thank you guys. Appreciate it.
and shopping.
And by the way, used Amazon Prime. Amazon Prime. If you use Temu, you're going to be in trouble with your spouse, or the spouse is going to get you in trouble. Prime is easy, it's faster. I don't have to worry about anything like that, but yes. We got less than 9 hours away for the show, the sales. Guys, thank you guys, appreciate it. One more time, we're going to get ready. I think we're ready now. Yes, we are. Peace out. Deuces. Where's out? Oh, well, I forgot to hit the button. Sorry, dog.
Good show.
We're still live.
Good show.
I know. I'm just saying. We're still live. This is not
You're still live.
Z's got
Yeah,
a
we're live.
with that.
All right.